Hello students, today is my sixth lecture of chapter 2, that is functions of management, and today I am going to teach you about the controlling, which is the last function of management. In our last lectures we have done with the other functions, that is planning, organizing, staffing, directing, coordination, and today we are going to do with this last one, that is controlling. So the first, coming to the meaning of controlling. So meaning, controlling function is required in all types of organization, whether profit making or non-profit making. Similarly, it is performed at all levels, that is top, middle, lower level of management. Controlling is indispensable function of management. The effectiveness of planning function can be determined with the help of controlling. Planning and controlling are major parts of the management cycle. So when we started with this chapter, I've already discussed with that there is a proper chain of these functions. First, always the planning will be done, then organizing will be done, structure will be organized, then staffing, that is which is related with human resource, right, that will be done. After that, direction will be provided to them. Then it is necessary that there should be coordination between all those functions, and after doing all this we comes to controlling, right? So here it is said that the planning and controlling are the major parts of management cycle, because the functions start with planning and it ends with controlling, right? And it controlling is required in all types of organization, whether the organization is making profit or not making profit. It is not like that if organization is making profit then there is no need to control. Again, there will be some things which can be again controlled and their profit can be maximized. So both the organization, whether profit making or loss making or non-profit making, all these organizations need this function, and it is performed at all levels, that is top, middle and lower level of management. And it is an indispensable function. Indispensable means you cannot neglect or you cannot leave it. आप उसको छोड़ नहीं सकते, ऐसे नहीं बोल सकते ठीक है ना जाने दो, कंट्रोलिंग नहीं करेंगे तो क्या प्रॉब्लम है, बाकी फंक्शंस तो कर रहे हैं, ऐसा नहीं चलेगा. So it is not, you cannot neglect it, you have to consider this function also, because this function gives you the effect, shows you or tells you about the effectiveness of the planning which you have done with in the organization. Means if you have to measure that effectiveness of planning तो किया, organizing भी किया, staffing भी किया, directing भी किया, coordination, but whether the result of that planning has been achieved or not, if you want to see that, then controlling is necessary, right? So moving further, controlling is a function of comparing the actual performance with the predetermined standards and performance. It measures deviation, if any, identify the causes of deviation and suggest corrective measures. The process of controlling helps in formulating of future plans also. So controlling is a function of comparing the actual performance with the standard or predetermined performances, right? There are some standard fixed for every activity, and actual performance means after applying the above functions which we have learned in last lectures, whether we are going where what we have achieved, right, that is our actual performance. So when you measure both of them, your actual performance and your standard performance, and if there is any deviation means difference, अगर कोई difference है दोनों में, then identify the causes of difference. तो क्यों है ये, अगर difference है, पहली बात तो difference है, अच्छा अगर difference है तो क्यों है, and then suggesting corrective measures. So controlling function includes all these three things. It's not only measuring the actual and standard performance, but finding out deviation, moreover identifying the causes of deviation, why there is deviation, and then again suggesting the corrective measures, what action should be taken then. and with the process of this controlling, you can formulate the future plans also, right? Again, when you do the planning, you can take into consideration this controlling function what has been done, right? So this process is very helpful in the management cycle. Now see here, a diagram is shown here, which is process of controlling. How does process of controlling works? So see, attainment of standard. This is the first thing that in controlling, first thing that you have to do is attainment of standards. Means you have to fix standards for the activities, right? Then measurement of performance. Then you measure the performance. Which performance you will measure? The standard which you have fixed, as well as the actual performance that has been achieved, right? Then comparison and finding deviation. Then find the then compare it and find the deviation, that is the differences. Analyzing causes of deviation. Means analyzing means to find out, to thorough study what are the causes for why this deviation took place, then taking the correct action, and after finding out you will take the correct action. Again the arrow is going back to attainment of standards. So after attaining this correct action, right, so you can again refix your standards. अगर आपको लग रहा है कि standards में कोई गलती थी, ऊपर नीचे हुआ है, तो again you can attain new standards. Okay, so now coming to the definition. Again, anyone you have to by heart. Following are some of the important definitions of controlling. Knudsen and O'Donnell. Manager control implies the measurement of accomplishment against the standard and the correction of deviation to assure attainment of objectives according to the plans. Same way what I explained you before, that it implies the measurement of accomplishment, जो आपने accomplish किया है, जो आपका result है, with the standard जो आपने सोचा था, right, that is the standard, and correction of deviation, and whatever is the deviation, corrected to ensure attainment. So why you are doing this? So as to achieve the organizational objectives according to the plans. Second definition is Dale Henning. Control is the process of bringing about conformity of performances with planned action. Now what is control process? Bringing about conformity of performance with planned action. Whatever you have planned, so you have to conform with that about your performance, whether you have attained it or not. This is control. According to Philip Kotler, control is the process of taking steps in bringing actual results and desired results closer together. That means it is the step, that is the process in which the actual result and the desired results are bring closer. And why they are brought closer? To find the deviation. Okay, so these are the three definitions. Any one you have to by heart. Now moving further to the importance of controlling. Controlling is important in maintaining standards and to achieve desired goals and effectively and efficiently. It is a situation of checking the performances of employees at every stage of their work in process. The importance of controlling function in an organization is as follows. So controlling is important. We have learned it that why it is important, so as to maintain standard, achieve desired goals effectively and efficiently, अच्छे से, right? Then in this function we check the performance, find the deviation, and that's why this is done at every stage, every stage. Whatever stages we have designed in the planning, everywhere controlling is to be applied. The importance is given as below. First one, fulfilling goals of organization. Controlling is the function of measuring the performance of every possible stage, finding out the deviation, if any, and taking corrective actions according to planned activities for the organization. Thus, it helps in fulfilling the organizational goals. So now, what is controlling? First of all, it is possible at every stage. Secondly, it measures the performance. Thirdly, it finds the deviation. Fourthly, if any deviation, it will be corrected. Then there it has to be planned according to the organization. So when all these things is done, it helps in fulfilling the organizational goals. Coming to the second point, making efficient utilization of resources. Various techniques are used by managers to reduce wastage of material and spoilage of other resources. Standards are set for every performance. Employees have to follow these standards. As the effect of this, the resources are used by employees in the most effective and efficient manner so as to achieve organizational objectives. So the managers, they use various techniques, right, in the organization for to reduce the wastage of material and other resources. So standards are fixed for every performance. So employee know these standards. So when they know their standard, they can find out what has been wastage, right? Suppose for a simple example, I give you, that is, suppose you have 50 marks exam paper. So we have fixed a standard that the students who have scored 40 and above, that is a good student. 45 and above, it's a scholar. 40 to 45, it's a average student, and below 40, it is okay, right? So now when you know that these are the standards which has been put by my teacher for that particular subject I'm talking, for that particular test, right? So and when you write that test and you get your result, that is your paper is correct and whatever marks you get, so when you compare with this marks with the standard mark, you can come to know whether you are good in that topic or not, whether you have performed well, whether you have done an outstanding job, or whether you are an average student. So basically what is the meaning of giving this example was, whenever the standard is fixed for any activity, then only you can come to know. Otherwise कोई standard नहीं रखो, हाँ सिर्फ पास होना है, तो पास तो 50 में से 20 वाला भी होगा और 45 वाला भी होगा, कोई स्टैंडर्ड ही नहीं है कि हाँ ठीक है 20 भी आया तो बहुत है, अच्छा है, अच्छा है, तो ऐसे करेंगे. तो if there is no standard, you will not be able to find out what is your wastage of resources, right? So standards are very much necessary to calculate the difference between your performance, right? Whether you have performed well or not. So that's why it is said that for finding out effective utilization, standards are fixed, and controlling helps in fixing and finding out the deviation. Because of this, what happened, employees know, so this is the standard, I have to work till this, right? So he will efficiently work for that. Okay. Next, accuracy of standards. An efficient control system helps management in judging the accuracy of standards, whether they are accurate or not. Controlling measures are flexible to some extent. So after reviewing them according to changing circumstances, they are revised from time to time, which is beneficial for checking performance accurately. So with the help of this controlling functions, as I told you, standards are set in this function. So again we can judge whether the standard is accurate or not, proper or not, right? How we can judge it? Because see, controlling measures are very flexible to some extent. So after reviewing all, जैसे कि कुछ standard set किया है, अब जैसे मैंने कहा कि 45 and above is an outstanding performance for a test. But when I corrected all the paper and I got only one student as 45 marks and most of them are between 40 and 45. So I made a change, okay fine. So those who have scored more than 40, again they are done the outstanding performance, because I came to realize that this topic was not done properly in that class, or maybe the syllabus has been changed, the students are not having the textbook for learning this topic, right? But after looking all those things, I can change the standard also, because controlling function is flexible. I can change the standard because सबका वो problem आ रहा है, सब में आ रहा है वो problem, right? So I can find out why it happened, and if I find that it's a genuine reason, I can again change my standard. So due to this controlling function, I can measure the accuracy of standard. So after reviewing, I can, according to changing circumstances, standards can be revised from time to time. Okay, next thing, motivate employee. After setting standards of checking performances, they are communicated to employees in advance. After setting this standards of checking performances, they are communicated to employee in advance. Due to this, employees get an idea about what to do and how to do. Performance are evaluated, and on that basis, employees are rewarded in the form of increment, bonus, promotion, etc. It motivates the employees to perform at their best level. So, whenever the standards are revised, right, they are standards are set in an organization, not actually revised, whenever they are set. जब भी एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एक स्टैंडर्ड सेट कर देती है कि भाई इस डिपार्टमेंट को इस महीने में इतना आउटपुट देना है, राइट? सो व्हेन दिस स्टैंडर्ड इज सेट, इट हैज़ टू बी इन्फॉर्म टू द एम्प्लॉयज़. अगर आपने एम्प्लॉयज़ को बताया ही नहीं तो कोई फ़ायदा नहीं है. सो यू हैव टू इन्फॉर्म दिस टू द एम्प्लॉयज़, and when it is communicated to the employees in advance, it will motivate the employee to complete that, to reach to that standard, right? So what employees will perform very well, they will know what is to be done, how it is to be done, what is to be achieved, so they will work in that way. Now when the performance is evaluated, so the employees can be awarded. They can be awarded in the form of increment. Now see, three things are given here. As per performance, employees can be awarded with increment, bonus, as well as promotion. There are difference between all of this. See, increment means what? Your salary will increase, right? Financial increase is there, right? Bonus means what? And this increment will be forever. Means it's not कि एक महीने में increment है, एक महीने में increment, ऐसा नहीं है. Suppose इंक्रीमेंट हुआ है तो फिर अभी से आपकी जो भी सैलरी, सपोज 1000 रुपीज़ इंक्रीज हुई है तो हर महीने आपके 1000 रुपीज़ इंक्रीज आएगा. दिस इज इंक्रीमेंट. व्हाट इज बोनस? बोनस मीन्स वंस इन अ वाइल दे विल गिव यू अ लमसम अमाउंट ओवर एंड अबाउट. सिर्फ इस महीने में मिलेगा बोनस, ज़रूरी नहीं है हर महीने में मिलेगा, राइट? बोनस साल में 1 या 2 बार मिलता है, राइट? So this is the difference between bonus and increment. And what is promotion? In promotion, amount is increased, but with that your designation is also increased, right? You may be the manager, now you can become senior manager. मतलब पैसे भी बढ़े, पर पैसे के साथ साथ इम्पॉर्टेंट ये है प्रमोशन में कि आपकी डेजिग्नेशन बढ़ी है, आपकी पोस्ट बढ़ी है. इंक्रीमेंट में ज़रूरी नहीं है कि आपकी पोस्ट बढ़ेगी, राइट? आपकी आप मैनेजर ही रहोगे, लेकिन आपकी सैलरी जो है वो 1000 रुपये बढ़ गई है per month, right? So this is the difference between all these three. So when the standards are set and employees are communicated with the standards, they know what is to be done, they perform accordingly, then their performance is checked, right, and evaluated, and then as per their performance they are rewarded with any of these things, right? So ultimately, what is the moral of this story? That coordination helps in the motivation of employees. Coming to the next point, ensures order and discipline. Controlling is the function of order and maintaining discipline. It works for maintaining unprofessional behavior of the employees. Discipline is maintained by continuous checking of performance of the supervisors, and preventive actions are taken to minimize the gap between actual and standards. So coordinating helps in order, ensuring order and discipline. What is order? Order is given by the upper level management to the subordinates, right? So whenever an order is given by the manager to the subordinates and subordinates are following this order, it ultimately means what? They are in discipline. They are maintaining the discipline. Suppose they are not following the order, then they are not in discipline. They are indisciplined, right? So following the order, discipline is maintained, right? Now, when the orders are given, employees are following the discipline, then whatever unprofessional behavior जो उनको नहीं करना चाहिए वो चीज़ें वो नहीं करेंगे, क्योंकि ऑर्डर उसी तरह दिए जाते हैं, राइट? सो whenever the discipline is maintained, that there will be continuous checking of their performance, and who will check this performance? Their immediate superiors, right? And if suppose there is any problem, if any deviation is there, then preventive action will be taken to minimize their actual and standards. So in this way it ensures order as well as discipline, right? क्योंकि जब भी deviation होगा, मैनेजर विल टेल दी सबऑर्डिनेट किसी ये काम में ऐसी प्रॉब्लम आ रही है, आपको ये करना है, तो ये ऑर्डर दे रहा है, और जब वो एम्प्लॉय वो ऑर्डर मान रहा है तो क्या हो रहा है, वो डिसिप्लिन मेंटेन हो रहा है. सो इट इज सेड दैट कंट्रोलिंग ensures order and discipline. Next, it facilitates coordination. Control is a function in which roles and responsibilities of an departmental managers and the subordinates are designed clearly. Coordination between them helps to find out the deviation in their respective departments and to use remedial measures for desired results of the organization. So, it means what? Due to control, the roles and responsibilities, every manager, every departmental manager, even every subordinate, they know what is their roles, what is their duties, what they have to do, what are they responsible, for what they are responsible. So it helps to find deviation in their respective departments, right? Means हम अभी पहले बात कर रहे थे इंडिविजुअल की, एक इंसान की, एक सबऑर्डिनेट की, एक एम्प्लॉय को उसका डिविएशन. अब हम बात करें डिपार्टमेंट वाइज, बिकॉज प्लानिंग में डिपार्टमेंट वाइज भी प्लानिंग होती है कि इस डिपार्टमेंट को इतना करना है, राइट? सो इफ द when we are talking about this controlling, even this controlling is used at there all, I told you, at all levels, right? So here we are performing with the departments. So coordination will help to find out whatever is the deviation between the department. जैसे मैंने कल बताया था एग्जाम्पल कि जब तक ये नहीं पता सेल्स डिपार्टमेंट को कि कितना प्रोडक्शन हुआ है, तब तक वो प्लानिंग नहीं कर सकता है कि कितना सेल करना है गुड्स का, राइट? अब जितने प्रोड्यूस होंगे उतने ही तो सेल करेगा वो यूनिट. सो इन दिस वे दे हैव टू कोऑर्डिनेट, राइट? सो सेम वे कंट्रोलिंग में भी आपको ये डिपार्टमेंटल वाइज देखना पड़ेगा कि व्हाट इज़ द डिविएशन परफॉर्मेंस में, क्यों इतनी कमी, जो डिफरेंस आया, डिविएशन आया, क्यों आया है, और फिर उसके लिए करेक्टिव मेजर्स लेने पड़ेंगे सो एज टू attain the desired results of the organization. Next, psychological pressure. The performance are evaluated with the standard input targets. The employees are very well aware that their performance will be evaluated and they will be rewarded accordingly. This psychological pressure works as a motivational factor for employees to give their best performance. This point is related with this, ensures motivation. बिकॉज सी इन मोटिवेशन मैंने आपको वही बोला है कि जब एम्प्लॉय को पता है, कम्युनिकेट कर दिया है कि भाई आपको ये करना है, एंड व्हेन दैट पर्सन इज नोइंग दैट ही हैज़ टू डू दिस एंड ही विल डू दैट अप टू दैट एक्सपेक्टेशन, देन ही विल बी रिवॉर्डेड एज दिस परफॉर्मेंस. सो दिस इज़ अ साइकोलॉजिकल प्रेशर. एक्चुअली साइकोलॉजी में दिमाग में रहता है, अरे मैंने ये नहीं किया तो फिर मुझे तो फिर अवार्ड नहीं मिलेगा, मेरा इंक्रीमेंट नहीं होगा, मुझे प्रमोशन नहीं मिलेगा, मुझे बोनस नहीं मिलेगा. So this controlling methods जो भी हैं, they helps the employee to perform and give their best results, right? So this is a like of pressure, psychological pressure in their mind. No, I have to perform well. So it again helps them to motivate and perform better and get best performance, and then they can be rewarded for that. Next one, it ensures organizational efficiency and effectiveness. Factors of control include making manager responsible, motivating them for higher performance, and achieving departmental coordination. It ensures that organizational efficiency and effectiveness. Now, due to this controlling factor, these managers will become responsible. even the managers, not only the employees, subordinates, even the managers will become responsible, and even they will be motivated for getting higher performance and achieve departmental coordination. So ये सिर्फ एक इंडिविजुअल की बात नहीं हो रही है, इंडिविजुअल के लेवल पे भी कंट्रोलिंग है, प्लस मैनेजर के लेवल पे भी कंट्रोलिंग है, प्लस डिपार्टमेंट के लेवल पे भी कंट्रोलिंग है. सो व्हेन everything is controlled right from the beginning, right? So it become a link, there is a coordination, and ultimately organizational, it helps in ensuring organizational efficiency and effectiveness. Okay, next point. It builds good corporate image. So controlling function helps to improve the overall performance of the organization. Minimum deviation in predetermined standards and actual performance result in the progress of business. It can be achieved with the help of proper control. This builds good corporate image and brings goodwill for the business. So it builds good corporate image means what? Last day also we have learned what is good corporate image. Good corporate image means मार्केट में आपका नाम किस तरह से लिया जाता है, what is the reputation of your business, that is nothing but goodwill. So to have good image, right, controlling is very much helpful, because what happens if you do controlling, as I told you in the last point, individually नहीं, managers ही नहीं, बल्कि department का performance increase होता है. So when all of them are going to improve their performance, there will be less chance for minimum deviation, right? Minimum deviation, कम से कम deviation मिलेगा आपको, so their actual and standard performance will result in the progress of business. When there is less deviation, then the business is going to do the progress. It can be achieved with the help of proper control. This can be done with the help of proper control. So again, it will build good corporate image and goodwill for the business, right? Last one, it acts as a guide. Controlling function provides set of standard performances. Managers as well as subordinates work according to it. Whenever necessary, they can take the help of these standards and can achieve desired results. Thus, controlling function acts as a guide for everyone. The steps taken for controlling an activity guide the management while planning the future activities. So, controlling function जो है, it provides set of standard performances. People know what is the standard performance. Then managers, subordinate, departments, everyone works according to it. And whenever necessary, and deviation is there, so they take the help of standards and achieve the desired result. Okay, so this is nothing but the acting as a guide for everyone. What is guide? You have a textbook. Other than this, some people use guide. Why? Because it's a helpful thing. Like आपके लिए एक एडिशनल टूल है, टेक्स्ट बुक में भी दिया है, पर टेक्स्ट बुक में एक पूरा स्टोरी जैसा दिया है, पर गाइड में आपको प्रॉपर फॉर्मेटिंग करके दिया होता है आंसर्स, राइट? इन क्लासेस ऑल्सो वी मेक यू राइट सम पॉइंट्स, हाउ मच स्टोरी, यू कैंट राइट फुल टेक्स्ट बुक ना in your answers. So what is to be written for every point, how much is necessary, all this are nothing but we are guiding you for writing the answer. So guiding provides help, right? In the same way, controlling also acts as a guide in an organization. Okay, so with the help of this controlling, management can plan their future activities, right? Finding out the deviations, finding out whether the standards are correct or accurate or not, then changing the standard, they can plan the future activities also. So these are the 10 points of importance of coordination. Today here we are going to end with this chapter. Now you can see in your textbook, see comparative studies given, distinguish between, right? All these 6 functions are mentioned here. First point, meaning. Second point is objective. Third point is area of function. Next is factors, other, resources. So these are the 7 is nature, 8 is level of management. So these are the 8 points which are given there for distinguish. It means what? They may ask you any distinguish. Suppose they can ask you planning and staffing. or they can ask you organizing and controlling, or staffing and coordinating. So in this way, any two can be asked. You have to learn all these 8 points for this, right? Moreover, when you will learn as per this distinguish between, most of the things you will memorize, right? So pehle I will suggest you go through this distinguish between and you learn all the points. Like today you learn all the points for planning, tomorrow you learn all the points for organizing, next day you learn all the points for staffing. ऐसे एक एक दिन लेके या एक दिन में दो दो functions लेके you do this study. After this you go to the importance of that. So when you are learning this, most of the point of importance will be covered in this only, right? So that will be the best technique to learn the importance of this. Already for today, as you know, what will be your assignment? What is controlling, and explain the importance of controlling. But other than this, if there are some other questions, then I'm going to put it on tomorrow on WhatsApp, right? So tomorrow I'll be giving you assignment based on complete assignment based on this chapter number 2. Okay, thank you.